Distance. The extent or amount of space between two things, points, lines, etc. The Jacks know all too well about distance, due to a combination of their remote location, hidden in the redwood curtain, accompanied by a tight budget. Humboldt State football buses to most locations. The travel time HSU spends on the road outmatches all other teams in the nation. Just this season, the Jacks have traveled 4,718 miles on a bus. That's like driving from LA to New York and still having 2,000 miles to spare. This week, the team was back on a bus to face fellow GNAC team Simon Fraser for the second time. I personally had some troubles with international travel, so I entrusted a GoPro with the players and allowed them to tell their travel story from a player's perspective. Before the team departed, they fueled up on burritos courtesy of Coach Rowe once again.
Number 4, I know you heard this before. Never.
Yes, here we go again, give you more, nothing lesser. Back on the mic is the antidepressant. And rock, no pressure, yes we need this. The best is yet to come in, yes believe this. Let go my echo, while I flex my ego. Sip on Prosecco.
To continue with this episode's distance motif, I will be interviewing two players who have came a long way to get where they are today. First up is Jeff Schott, who started on as a walk-on and is now a senior captain.
It was weird, honestly. Like, it's kind of hard to, gain confidence when you're the low man on the totem pole. I came in here as a walk-on or whatever, so, it was hard to work my way up. There's so many guys that are bigger, faster than me. Just knowing that all my teammates respected me that much to, trust me to be their captain, it was really big for me. It's just weird. Like, I remember being a redshirt sitting in there listening to guys like Nick Riccadouli and Jerry Malawia and Alex Markarian just giving their speeches. I never really thought I would have ever been in that position, like, looking back on it. And, it's just, it's crazy that's all coming to an end. It sounds so cliche, everyone tells you how fast it goes, but, it really is. I have only two guaranteed games left, so to come all this way, to have it come down to 2 weeks, it's pretty surreal feeling.
On Thursday, they drove up the California coast, as they do for most of their road trips, and stayed in Salem, Oregon for the third time this season.
There's some more on there. You got something to drink? Because if you ain't got nothing to drink with a Popeyes biscuit, you in trouble. You in trouble. You gonna get that. Gatorade's close. Oh. We got Cap and we got the old line. I don't know what to do, but I'm mighty fine. Come on, you got to give us one, young Dimes. That beat.
Down here, the best out now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see the boy rap now.
Yeah.
I've always been Frank. Coach Smith said, "Who's that?" Yeah, James Banks.
Yeah.
Get up!
You're on camera now. What you
why you so close, bro?
To the right, to the right, to the front, to the front, to the back. Go Jack.
The second player who has came a long way in their football career is Jonathan Jock Charles, who started out in West Orlando, Florida, and is now playing football all the way across the country in Arcata. So Jock, growing up in Florida, played football down there.
Whoa.
Stuff was crazy my junior year. There was a lot of things that affected me playing, so I didn't really get the chance to play. But I got back into it. I got back into football my senior. I went to North Carolina. And I ended up, things didn't go well over there. And I was done with football, is what it seemed like. So I was home for like, I say, a year and a half, just out there, just not knowing what was next. Made a journey. The JUCO struggle, that's its own struggle. I came off the plane with like $50 in 1 month rent paid. I ended up coming here like the ending of July, so like I was like in between like what I wanted to do. So I don't know, everything, for some reason, everything felt right about Humboldt. It says 3,157 miles. It's a 46-hour trip. I'm saying, not quitting, keep going through adversity. We face a lot, just like in my life. Like we do stuff that no regular team do. So that's already off the edge. So it just prepare you to keep fighting. Like drive on, like we say. So drive on. Are you in, baby?
The team hit the road again on their way towards the Canadian border.
Oh, Canada.
The team arrived at their British Columbia hotel, and I met up with the team there. By now, the team put on their serious mode and got ready for tomorrow's matchup. First came special teams meetings, then individual position meetings, followed by the premiere of last week's Drive On.
This is day of life for me. To drive on.
The night culminated with a Coach Smith motivational speech.
This trip is not an easy trip. We spent a lot of time on the bus. But again, we at Humboldt know all about that, don't we? We travel further and better, I believe, okay, through our ability to handle the travel than any other team. It's no big deal to us. It's just who we are. When you play at Humboldt, that's what you sign on for. So I love watching these episodes that Quinn has put together, because if it captures anything, it captures what you guys are truly all about. A close-knit group that is embracing the opportunity, embracing the experience, and having fun with your buddies. Out there playing ball, playing jacks ball with your buddies. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? So yes, it's been a long trip, but now we're here. And we're here to do one thing. Be at our best and win this football game. Be at our best and win this football game. Be who we are, right? Be who we are. In all three phases of the game tomorrow, be who we are.
Game day in British Columbia was accompanied by a solid breakfast and unyielding concentration on the 1 p.m. game. They bussed 15 minutes to Simon Fraser's campus and readied themselves for the conference matchup. It was 66 degrees in Canada in late October. A perfect, and I mean perfect, day for football.
All right? Make yourself proud today. Play with your teammates, have fun. Have fun. Get after it, get the job done. Let's have some fun. All right? Another Saturday, guys. Another Saturday. Learned a long time ago, Saturday is game day. It's game day. All right? It's our day. Game day belongs to who? All right, it does. Let's go.
The game started off fast for the Jacks, scoring multiple touchdowns and big-time defensive stops in the first quarter. The game favored the Jacks heavily, and one player had a special day. Senior captain Chase Crevichet tied and broke Humboldt State's all-time receiving record with 249 career catches.
Gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Roll, let it shine. Sunshine, sunshine, it's fine. Feel it in my
Yeah, great job, Chase. You're our hero.
After the magical moment, the team kept on dominating, going into halftime up 40-0. The team was feeling themselves, to say the least. In the second half, the backups primarily played. In the end, the Jacks beat Simon Fraser 47-7, with just 2 games left and huge aspirations in their sights. No distance is too arduous nor too far to stop the Jacks from obtaining their goal. In the meantime, the Jacks will continue to drive on.
I'm ready.